Defensively, and again, from your, I'm curious your opinion on it. Are they building an elite defense that nobody's talking about? I would argue,
Oh,
yeah.
Oh yeah, they're building it too the way I love it. Like if you know me, Dave, I love the trenches, right? I love interior defensive tackle play, and edge play especially. And the Browns have done a great job of building this. You're talking about Mike Hall, who was your first pick last year, Mason Graham, your three technique. How many times have I been on this show over the last 5 years, Dave? And I've been like, we got to have a long-term solution at the three technique position. We got to stop doing these band-aid fixes, right? I've been on this show complaining
Yeah.
about this for a long time, and they don't have band-aids there anymore. Those are real deal solutions. Number 5 pick in the draft, a second round pick last year. You got Myles Garrett anchoring down the pass rush, and then you've also invested in a lot of edges over the year that can service that role, especially when you have that many three techniques to rely on, like Alex Wright, and also Isaiah McGuire. Now, here's the key to all of this. When you look at the best Jim Schwartz defenses, what's the common denominator between all of them? There is usually spectacular three technique play, right? Because there's a lot of space in a wide nine. These guys are allowed to go uphill, right? We're talking about Ndamukong Suh. We're talking about Javon Hargraves. We're talking about like there's always a dominant three technique in a dominant Jim Schwartz defense, and there's always a dominant defensive line in a dominant Jim Schwartz defense. And now you have finally given Jim Schwartz the tools, and look at the linebacker room that you have behind him. I think that's the most underrated thing about this team. Now, JOK is not back. Oh man, if JOK were still healthy, that would be one of the best linebacking rooms in football. But JOK is not going to be back this year. That's unfortunate. But you do have Jerome Baker. You have a veteran there. You have Jordan Hicks. You have Mahmoud Diabite. You drafted Carson Schlesinger. Bookie Watson is somebody who's getting lost in the shuffle here. Devin Bush was pretty good for you last year. And you have one of the best linebacker coaches in football in Jason Tarver leading the way. And then think about what that's going to mean for these linebackers when you have this defensive line that the Cleveland Browns have, and what that's going to unlock coverage wise for the secondary, because you have 4 guys up front that you think can win. And if you have 4 guys who can win on the line of scrimmage, it becomes real easy to play linebacker. It becomes real easy to play defensive back. It becomes real easy to play safety, because you're just going to have the numbers advantages no matter where you are in the football field. And we saw what that can do to a team like Kansas City in the Super Bowl with the Philadelphia Eagles. So yeah, I think people are looking at it, because the way the Browns have built this thing is just how I like it, right? It's not sexy. It's a lot of fat guys in there. I saw people fat shaming Mason Graham. We're not about to do that, right? Three techs can be fat like that. I like how Mason Graham, he's built like a 3 tech. So Mason Graham, it's not going, nobody's going to be like, oh my God, look at this guy, right? But if he's on, when you watch him on tape, Nick Saban has said, oh my goodness, look at 55 go, right? Like that's what you want to see. It's not sexy how they've built it. There's not a lot of flashy pieces, but boy, these pieces they put in there are built to last. You're talking about 10 years of Mason Graham, Myles Garrett, Mike Hall. And if you can put that together for the next 10 years, you're probably gonna have a pretty solid defense most of those years.